All right, listen carefully. You tell me, girls, you tell me at the end of this year, if Mashiach's here. Okay? I'm going to tell you the symbols of the times of Mashiach, and you're going to tell me if he's here. Okay, you ready? It says the following. Rabbeinu Amar, David sheben David ba, when the tzaddikim of the door, when the David, the son of David, which means Mashiach comes, Chachmei Hador, the Gedolim, Tamid HaChacham Meisrim, will have died. And the ones that are left are going to be dealing with Tzarash rabbis, V'rois rabbis, Bo'is al Tzibor. The ones that are left, the tzaddikim that are left, are going to be dealing all day with the pain, terrible pain and tzaras that's happening in the Klal Yisrael. There is koshos, mischashos, and mishlachos, and there's going to be very bad edicts against them. Okay, Amar Rav Naroi. Rav Naroi says, and this is why I know Mashiach's here. Dor sheben David bar, the generation that Ben David, Mashiach's going to come. Hana'arim yalbinu panim lizkenim. The young generation will be very abrasive to the older generation. Yichafu vayivarshu hana'arim etzazkenim. The young generation will embarrass the old generation. Achi yalbinu pnei ezkanim mibusha. Until the faces of the older generation will turn white from embarrassment. And instead of the young getting up for the old will get up for the young. L'chavdam, to give them covet. Because of the chutzpah of this generation which is growing. And the covet of the young people, the rakim and their emptiness. Mikol all, from any yoke, they can do whatever they want. They don't want to go to school in 8th grade. I'm not going to school. Do whatever I want, ma. You can't do nothing. And if you say something, I'm going to say abuse, and I'm going to call child services, and have a good day, and I'm going to put you in jail, ma. And I'll do whatever I want. Give me my iPad. Yeah. Ul'umas erech kvarag zekenim. Hamaleyim chachma ba'ol derech ha'kadmaynu vishaltu mehem. He says the following. Bas kama bi'ima, a daughter will have chutzpah towards her mother. Kala b'chamoseha, a daughter-in-law will have chutzpah to her mother-in-law. Oivei ish anshe beso, the greatest enemy of the parents will come from within their own home. What's that mean? Sheko rabba ha-chutzpah, the chutzpah in the house. Shahana mecharef es hazaken, the young ones will make fun of, will embarrass the older. Uben eno misbayish me'aviv. Children will not be embarrassed from their parents. Lahamos is piv, to open its fresh mouth. Ulacharaf oisoi, vezdakov u'maisrav, and to yell at his parents for their ways. V'chein habas bi'ima, the daughter will do this to her mother. V'hakala b'chamoisa, and the daughter-in-law will do this to her mother-in-law. V'anchei bayis ha'ish, and the people of the house, the kids of the house, instead of showing honor and love to his parents, they'll become their worst enemies. A roiv chutzpas, from the chutzpah of raw hador harbe, from this generation. And these words I'm saying before the coming of Mashiach, sheken kosev oimer, because that is what the pasuk in the Torah says. And I wrote a big wow next to it, because it's exactly what's happening. And he goes on, what else is going to happen? Tahafech leminis, they will turn to atheism. Umashkum achat toy shelo, and they will follow the leaders that are making huge mistakes. The They will deny the Torah that it was ever given. They'll say someone made it up. And they will deny a relationship between Klal Yisrael and God. That's what's going to happen. There's a siman liyumayis haMashiach, and this is a sign of Mashiach. You ready for this? Nobody in that generation will accept criticism. No rabbi will be able to get up and tell the young generation what they need to do. There'll be nobody to give discipline or criticism. Because they'll all be sinning. And if they get up to give criticism to this young generation, Amra lo, the people of that generation will say to the rabbi, Ata kamaini, what are you telling me what to do? You're just like me. And this is a sign. That this is the Gemara that Rav Kahana said that the door of the Mashiach won't come until the generation will have a face of a dog. Amar Rav Levi, Ein Boi David Ba El Bedor Shepanav Chatzufais. Mashiach ben David won't come until there'll be a generation that their faces are full of chutzpah. That's what he says. And he says, if you see two generations, one after another, listen to what he's saying here. Amar Rav Yanai, Im tira dor achador mecharef u'megadef, if you see two generations in a row that are full of chutzpah va'azus u'kfira, klapi Hashem, that the two generations in a row that are full of chutzpah and azus and atheism, the klapi Yisrael, klapi Amelch Mashiach ben David, right? Then you know, tzapa l'raglei Melech Mashiach. Expect to hear the footsteps of Mashiach.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.